everyone, this is just a short video showing you some of the new enhancements from the last couple of releases for InCites. So the first thing I want to talk about is the idea of the data update, which just took place over the weekend, and the date of the data update and is now always included on the product. So it's a little bit hard to see, but right down here at the bottom it says, InCites dataset updated on September 11th, includes Web of Science content indexed through August 5th. So August 5th is the important Web of Science date. It's a cutoff date for anything included in the Web of Science by August 5th is now included in InCites. That does affect all new documents added in, but also the citation activity for older documents will change on that date as we add in new items. So one of the other things you'll see is if you do export data, so let me export this entire report here and open it up as a CSV file. That timestamp of the date I exported it, so the date I'm exporting the data here at September 16th, and then the timestamp for when the data set was updated is now included on that export. Again, this is from customer feedback. When you export data, you want to know when it was exported, because the site counts can change whenever with the data updates. So that's, again, just to kind of include that date on the report we thought was important. So one of the other new enhancements is the ability to drill down to underlying documents in a slightly different way. Here I've run a report looking at all of the output from a particular author. You can see I have various versions of his name, and one of the things about that is the various versions of his name also appear down below. So if I want to get all of his publications, I would have to go just collection by collection and export them and potentially deduplicate them if there's something where he had a dual affiliation on a document. So one of the things I want to do now is just get everything collected together in one single document total. Now, if I do that using baselines for all items, I get the total number, the deduplicated count of documents, and the string of benchmarks for that researcher. But what I don't get is the ability to kind of drill down to that underlying 235 documents. That's what I really want to see. So a way we can do that now is if I pin all the items that I want to the top of my report. So here I'm just selecting those things I want, going pin to top. And then if I go back to my benchmarks, I'll see that I have baselines for pinned items. So when I choose baselines for pinned items, I get that same total because now I've pinned everything, so it's the exact same total of documents. Again, it's deduplicated, so if he had claimed a dual affiliation, that might have been displayed. It's deduplicated that total count. But you'll also notice, more importantly, is that number is now highlighted, which means I can click on that number and now drill down to the underlying documents. So now I can see all 235 publications, and I get all the metrics for those publications. One of the other things we've changed is about exporting at the document level. So here again, at this point I can export to 50,000 documents. I'm just going to export to 235 on this report. And when I do that export, again, it's going to export as a CSV file. And let's wait for this to export. Okay, it's exported now. And as I open that file up, it will open up in Excel. There we go. So now this is opened up in Excel, and we've changed a couple of the fields that you're going to see here. What we're going to show you now is that the accession number, which is the Web of Science unique identifier, and the DOI, if we have that DOI available, are now included as data export columns, as is the PubMed ID. Now, we're not going to have a PubMed ID for every publication. This particular person is a physicist, so a lot of his publications are not in PubMed or Medline. So there's not a PubMed ID for those publications. But if there is a publication at PubMed, and we are able to kind of align the Web of Science UT tag with the PubMed ID, then we are able to kind of provide you with that PubMed ID. Again, I get this for every document. If I have that ID, we're going to export it. In some cases, if we do not have a DOI, just one was not provided to us, or one is just not available for that publication, you won't see the DOI either. But everything should have that Web of Science unique identifier. So that's the unique identifier within the Web of Science database that I could use for searching to recall that document. So that's just a change to the data export here, and I think that again, that's response to customers wanting to get more information, more unique identifiers out of the product when they export the data. So that's just it for the latest enhancements. I hope that these answer any questions you might have. And if you do have any further questions, please feel free to contact me. Thanks a lot.